Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Moby with Lifestyle with Dr. Moby, and today we have an excellent guest, Dominic Jones. So let's welcome Dominic. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good to see you.
You
So
too.
let's hear from Dominic. She has extremely very fascinating journey through her life, and there's a lot of us to be motivated for. So let's learn from her firsthand. Dominic, tell me about yourself, what you do.
Yes. My name is Dominique Domo for short. Everyone calls me Domo. I am disabled. I'm 32 years old. I had a brain tumor when I was 9 years old.
Hmm.
And it affected my right side.
Hmm.
It also made me deaf in my right ear and partially blind.
Hmm.
So I can hear now, but my hearing is just kind of slightly distorted.
Hmm.
And I have permanent nerve damage, and just my right side is really weak. So, I definitely have my struggles. I use a walker every day, have a leg brace to help me walk. But I use that, and I had to figure out a way to keep pushing,
Hmm.
and I had to figure out a way to still find life in the midst of my struggles.
Hmm.
So what I did was I turned literally my life, my story, my situations, I turned it into two books.
Hmm.
One autobiography about my life, the journey of my life,
Hmm.
and also a second book I literally just published last week is quotes, 100 quotes that I used to help me when I was like at the lowest parts of my life. And those those kind of push me and help me. So I wanted to give that to people that are either disabled or going through, or just need that extra push. Also, in my lack or my limitation, I started two businesses. One of my businesses is I customize medical walkers and aids, because like I said earlier, I use a walker, and I didn't like the way it looked. So I made it personally myself, and I kept getting stopped for it. And I just ended up turning that into a business because other people want the self confidence of, although they use an assistance to help them, like they still have, some type of value, some type of cuteness to them. So created that. And also I have my second business is I have an online store with all merchandise that uses my tagline, "Don't let the disability fool you." So
Wow.
that's on all my merchandise, whether it's jackets to pants to shoes to backpacks to fanny packs, everything is on it. And just recently I found a new venture that I have a new passion for. I started a podcast called "Don't Let the Disability Fool You." And literally, what I do is I have guests on my show, and every guest that I have either has a disability, whether it's hidden or visible, or they're a caregiver of someone that's disabled. And I give them a platform to share their story. I want to, let them know that although we're considered, like the underdogs, we still have value. So I give them that platform to share, whatever is on their mind.
Mm, mm. No, this is so impressive. You know, they say, when life gives you lemon, you make lemonade.
Yeah.
So this is perfect. And a lot of people can, I'm sure, get lesson from here that they should be looking at you as a person, as a creative mind, and not, what limits or what things. I mean, everybody has to certain degree some limitations. Some can
Yes.
physical, some can be mental, some can be both, some can be emotional, can be others, right? Nobody is
Yes.
perfect. The
Very true.
question is always, what happens to our creative side if we can get that out? And like you said, with disability, you did actually design some of the equipment, and that is fascinating, very fascinating. So I would like to, of course, learn more about that, because I do deal with patients all the time, and I take care of them all the time, with disabilities, and all medical problems too.
Yeah.
I go to nursing homes too, and we have anywhere from all kind of chronic neuro diseases to physical amputations and so
Hmm.
forth. So I would like to first ask you, when did you notice that, when did Dominic notice that, that you are different, or you have to do kind of think differently?
Well, I pretty much like from 2 to age like 8. I pretty much did like the typical normal, life. But as I was when I approached age 9, um, things were looking a little different. Like I I kept falling, and I was like reaching over my right hand to use my left hand, and when I would drink, like stuff would just be dropping off my mouth. I couldn't feel. Someone would
Mhm,
touch me on my right side, and I couldn't feel. Someone would talk to me on my right side, I couldn't hear. So those were the little symptoms that kind of alerted me, or I would say my parents at the time. I kind of alerted my parents, like, yeah, something is not quite, right.
mhm,
So that was kind of like the start of me just
mhm,
alternating my life, I guess I would say.
mhm,
And then I was still young, so I wasn't really like 100%, you know, um, I don't want to say accepting, but I wasn't 100% knowledgeable of what was going on. But then when my tumor grew back again at age 14, I was a little bit older, and I understood a little bit more, like, okay, this is something that you may have to deal with for the rest of your life.
mhm,
So now you got to find ways to figure out how to still live.
mhm.
And
So
so that was the start.
yeah, that was the start. And but so basically, all kudos to you, your strength, inner strength, emotional strength. You're young and still very determined at that, to focus on your strengths, not on what you don't have.
Yes.
And that is, I think, speaks volume about your core, so
Thank
core
you.
character. So well, we love to, there are, I always believe there are a lot of out there environment, very toxic, hostile, and so forth, but we have to have somebody who appreciates what you are. So
Yes.
and that's the whole idea of our shows and TV channel, is, we stand for whatever accomplishment you have. And
Yes.
that's what I like to. And there is a learning lesson, and a lot of people don't realize that, but this might inspire, 10 other people, and then
Hmm.
they could be feeling sad, they could be
Right.
feeling depressed like you were at one time, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what thing you mentioned about two books, and one is autobiography. I will talk also about that along with this. But also tell me, you said, and that was very fascinating. You said you have a book which has a lot of great proverbs or quotations, and that keep you motivated. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So well, my first book is called hashtag Damaged but Not Dead. And like
Uh,
I said, like that's my autobiography. And my second book is called Self Talk, but you can eavesdrop too. Um, and that's basically, when I was dealing with so much. Like, for example, I was going through chemo. I did chemo for 6 years, 187 treatments.
wow.
um so I had to literally stop work. I had to um stop driving for a while. And I was 22, so that was my prime
Yeah.
time. So that was really like a challenging time for me, because I felt like, why do I have to limit myself so much? Why do I have to go through something at such a peak time in my life,
mm,
while all my friends, all my cousins were still able to go, and I meanwhile I'm in bed, or because I don't have any strength, or I'm at the doctor's getting chemo treatments, getting injected for an hour, 2 hours, and
mm,
then I'm so tired I can't drive.
mm,
So during those times, and then when I was doing radiation at age 16, I had to stop school. So a lot of my challenges were dealing when I was like in my prime times of my life. So I had to find ways to cope, and I had to find ways to still like be in my right mind. And so the quotes that I just literally like kind of came up with during the days that, I was tired or weak or something, those are what kept me going, every day to get past and the push. So it ended up being 100 quotes. And I'm a word person. So I love words. I love affirmations, because there were plenty of times where I didn't even have any strength to talk. I
mhm,
didn't have any strength, to do anything. So those words, those affirmations were my only hope for a long period of time. So I know if it helped me, I
mm,
wanted it to write, and I wanted to give other people what I did, and also encouragement to help them too in any situation, because it's not just medical for it's medical for me because that was my personal situation, but the
mm,
quotes are not just for the disabled, they're for people that going through.
mm, mm. Oh, okay. Would you like to share some?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So one of them is let me see, one of them is, your life is not about you,
Hmm.
so remember that when you feel like giving up.
So your life is not about you. You feel like getting up?
Oh, I said your life is not about you. Remember that when before you're giving up.
Oh, giving up. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, that is very powerful.
Yeah.
That so yeah. This is so true. People can, if they just think about themselves only, then really it comes down to then uh, waking up or going to bed or simple things. But when you
Yeah.
think of a little bit beyond yourself into somebody else shoes and into somebody else, those who love you or those
Mhm.
who you care about, either way, or both of them, then it kind of enlightens your brain. So because
Yeah.
you are actually, in my opinion, then a real person. Okay,
Yes.
because then you definitely think, uh, really, your all everything lightens up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I definitely agree. I had to come to the realization, because I always question, like, okay, why me? Like, why do I have to deal with all this stuff? Why is it always constantly targeted to me?
Mm,
And then as I got older and more mature, and
mm,
people started coming up to me and be like, yo, your life has really helped me to not commit suicide. Just hearing your story has helped me to push on another day. And I realized, I was like, yo, my life is not even about me. Like, I'm going through this for someone else. So it gives me a purpose to live.
mm, mm. And that is, exactly what you're saying is, this could be a strong message for somebody, you know
Hmm.
overwhelmed with whatever grief they have right now. Every
Yeah.
situation could be different. Some people could be fortunate or less fortunate, but everybody has problems, nobody's without them. But how it affects them is very important. So some could might be overwhelmed with just, economic, financial, or anything, or physical or
Yeah.
emotional, right? But like you said, when they hear your story, they say, wow, she was really young and still cut. And the most of, when somebody has any situation, they always question, first denial, and like,
Yeah.
why it
Yeah.
happened, and
Yeah.
then, well, kind of feeling, why me, right?
Yeah.
And why? But the question always is that is true, why anyone, but everybody has. So You could have A, B, C, D, whatever name it.
Hmm.
Okay, but everybody is different, right? So
Right.
so yeah, absolutely. So I'm sure that s- makes somebody sad at times. Why
Yeah.
me and why not somebody else I know, or right? So
Very, very true.
very true. So, but still, if you think of yours, that think beyond
Hmm.
yourself into somebody, then it kind of, when we are also in support group, and I hear
Yes.
a lot of patients, and I hear a lot of my colleagues, and I say, wow, it to me looks like my problem was small, or
Yeah.
so I say, wow, they are
Yes.
really like, I'm hearing you. I say, wow, this girl is on fire. So I said, this girl is on fire. She is so powerful, which is great. Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
but this is what it is. It all comes down to basically appreciating somebody's strength. So
Yeah.
that is, but there's a lesson. There is a lesson that life is, first of all, very precious. Second is, yes, you could be gifted, but you could have also be blessed other ways, and or you could have some issues with it, but
Hmm.
ultimately it comes down to your gratitude, the
Yes.
feeling that you are blessed with certain things.
Hmm.
You might not be blessed with all, but that's normal, right?
Yes. Very true. You're
That's
blessed
normal.
with, you're still blessed with something. You may not be, everything that you want, but yeah,
But
you're blessed even to breathe.
hmm. Yeah, even to breathe, exactly right. So but unfortunately, people ignore that sometimes because they are kind of focused on something else.
Yes.
But the ultimately comes down to, if you can rethink on the purpose. So what is the
Yes.
question is always, what is your purpose of life? So life, is it purpose is only to live for yourself, or
Hmm.
was the purpose to give somebody
Hmm.
hope and help, and be so if you have that purpose, then you will feel actually lightened, right?
Yes.
Your horizon, your overlook is far beyond. So it's like you look gazing the stars, you try to gaze.
Yeah.
If you look up to the sky, you will see stars and galaxies, but if you look, right, but if you look down, you're not going to see those stars, right?
Mm-mm.
So those are very, very powerful. So tell me also, and that was very nice, by the way, Tasha. So tell me more, few more, if you remember.
Oh, okay. So another one is, well, for I'll say this because it's a medical. For
Hmm.
me, this is what I used. It's okay to say no. They may not understand, but your body will.
Wow, wow. So yeah, so it's okay to say no. They might not understand. So it is more, you say, for medical reason, right?
Yeah, because well, I'll speak for myself. I have muscle weakness, so a lot of times my body just may shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't understand that I may be good yesterday, but today I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
And so they always question, like, okay, but yesterday you were totally fine. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but today I'm not. So don't get upset when my situations alter because of how I feel. I have to go by how I feel, because at the end of the day, you'll be okay the next day and I'll be shut down for the next 3 days because I didn't listen to my body.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is very powerful.
Yeah.
A lot of, actually, I have kind of some personal level to it too, because myself, I had also some problem with muscles, and I
Hmm.
remember telling people that no, I can't, and they say, "Oh, no, you look great. What's wrong with you?" I said, "Well, no, I can." You know,
Yeah.
so but for them to understand that it doesn't matter really.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, as long as you understand, you are fine.
Yeah.
So you don't have to make everybody understand your problem, because first of all, if somebody asks so many questions, probably they're not gonna get right.
Yeah.
So if you tell them, yeah, they might, yeah, those who question a lot, they will not get a lot of answers. It doesn't matter what
Yes.
you answer,
Yeah. Very true.
because they have already made up their mind, and
Uh-huh.
really doesn't matter much. So
Yes.
those are, I think, really powerful too. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your devices. Which one your device, the wheelchair or?
Oh, yeah. So I personally use a walker.
Mm,
The regular plain little silver
mm.
plain Jane Walker, right? So and I also have what's called an AFO. When people don't know, it's just like a leg brace to keep your legs straight
Yeah,
because
no,
I
I know that. Yeah.
okay, yeah, good. Yeah, of course, you're a doctor. So I used to have that on both my feet, but now
Mm,
I just have it on one because I had surgery on my other one to loosen up my muscle because I had a drop foot.
mm,
So those are the two devices that I use personally for me. And when I'm a very bright person, energetic, and that's kind of how my style is too.
mhm,
So I didn't like having no plain silver walker. Like that just wasn't gonna fit me. It was messing up my outfit, right?
mm,
So I just literally kind of like just customized it and made it my own.
mhm,
Tried to spray paint at first, but it kept getting on all my car seats, so that didn't work. So then I literally just started decorating it, and I kept getting stopped, and then I ended up decorating my AFO too. And then I just kept getting stopped by people, when I would go to the doctor or the store, whatever the case may be, um, of intrigueness because they were like they've never ever seen a walker or anything that's ever been designed. They always seen it, in its typical form.
yeah.
So
Mm,
I started, like wondering like maybe this is for not just for me, maybe I was just like the poster child for it to get people's attention,
mhm,
to get, traffic and to let people know,
mm.
that you can still, although you have assistance, you can still make it your own, make it unique. So that was like the start, and then I just kind of expanded it to past walker because I realized I'm the one that uses the walker, but not everybody uses the walker.
Mm,
So some people use crutches, some people use canes, some people have, like AFOs like me, different type of AFOs. So
mm.
I haven't gotten to the wheelchair yet. I don't know how to decorate that because of the material, but yeah, so I just kind of expanded it to medical aids.
Oh, that is even very, very creative. So tell me a little bit about. I wish I had a picture I could see, but tell
I
me.
know.
I can check here. Is it on your website?
Yes, it is.
Okay, what is your website so I can people can check it out?
My website is called walkingbydesign.info.
Okay, walkingbydesign.info.
Yes.
Okay, walking by design dot info. Okay,
Yes.
and let me see if I can. Yeah, I can. No, walking by design dot info.
Yeah.
Walk is one word, right?
Yeah, it's all one word.
Okay. Walking by design dot. It says, yeah, it would not bring it. Did I miss anything?
No, www.walkingbydesign.info.
Dot info. Okay, let me try again. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's see if I can get that. Okay, so yeah, I don't know, it's not bringing, but don't
It's
worry.
not.
I'm sure people can check it out.
Yeah,
Walking
if
by.
not, I have a Facebook page, I have an Instagram page.
Okay, so people can check you out, and then And you say you do podcasting too.
I do podcasting. I just started. I'm like super excited about podcasting right now. Um, First off, I think I didn't know I could do it because I was like, talk. I don't really know if I can talk or interviews anyone, but I've been told that I'm a great interviewer, so I'm grateful for that.
Mhm.
But I think the main thing is my subject that I'm on. Like, I'm really for the disabled community. Like, I really want them to know that they have someone that not only understands because I'm disabled myself, but also you get a platform to share your story when other people may overlook you.
Mhm.
That's like my main goal. And I just really want, honestly, I want my podcast to go like really big.
Mhm. Well, keep working on it, and it doesn't matter who is counting that when it becomes big, right?
Yeah.
Uh, but I think you're absolutely right. I think you're great at talking, and I really highly encourage you keep it up. I'll be happy
Thank
to
you.
help you in any way I can. If you need me, I'll be there. Don't worry. So,
Yes.
I think keep working. I think you're such doing such an amazing job. But people can check your work and so forth. So also tell me, what keeps you relaxed, or what do you enjoy most?
I guess I would say music. I really music is like my thing. Everyone calls me the human jukebox because I know a lot of me I listen to a lot of music. I don't do like the heavy metal, but pretty much any genre I'm well versed in. I'm just really I like music. It calms me. Like I said earlier, I'm a word person. So music, all the words, I grew up around music. My dad is a musician, my mom is a singer. So
Wow.
all my family plays either an instrument or sings. So music has just been birthed in me. So I can literally, like, when I'm just kind of, overwhelmed with my day or just like physically not feeling well, what I do is I'll just let the music play and I'll just like lay in my bed with the lights off and just, just let it get in my ears to kind of bring me down. But yeah.
Who's your favorite singer?
My favorite singer, oh snap. Okay, so I would definitely have to say a gospel singer named Kim Burrell.
Mm-hmm.
She's like my favorite. I've been listening to her since I was like a kid. I know all her songs, and yeah, Kim Burrell.
Kimbro. Okay, I'll check her out. I haven't listened to her, but I love 80s music, 90s, and yeah, I'm a big fan of music.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to our show. It was wonderful. Any final thoughts you have for my audience?
No, I definitely appreciate the opportunity, and I just want to tell everybody that you have value. No matter your situation, you have value. Find that purpose, and you'll never feel like you won't have a reason to live.
That is so powerful. And with these words, I would say goodbye. But check her website, check her work, and she is amazing and creative person. So talk to you later. Take care, and thank
Thank
you
you.
for coming to our show.
Have
Take
a
care.
good day. All right. Bye.
Yeah, bye.